Happy day, students. In this video, we are going to start off with a new lesson, that is lesson number 9, looping statements, and this is the part 1 video of this lesson. Let's brush up the basic statements of QBasics. The print statement is used to display numbers, messages, or values of variables on the output screen. The rem statement is used to write a remark or a comment in the program that does not get executed. The CLS statement is used to clear the output screen. The let statement is used to assign a value to a variable. The input statement is used to take a value from the user and store it in a variable. The if then else is a conditional statement that executes a set of statements depending upon a condition. Let's get into the video. What is looping statement? While programming, we may want to repeat the execution of a certain set of statements multiple times. This can be done using loops. A loop is used to repeat the execution of a group of statements many times. I repeat, a loop is used to repeat the execution of a group of statements many times. Statements that enable us to create loops are known as looping statements. The very first statement is for next loop. The for next statement is used when we want a group of statements to be executed as a specific number of times. The process of using multiple counters in large programs is very tedious. The process of repeating a program segment in a loop can be simplified and controlled by using for next statement. Look at the syntax. For control variable equal to initial value to final value followed by set of statements, and it ends with a next control variable. The control variable is assigned an initial value and a final value. The difference between the final and the initial value specifies the number of times the loops will be executed. The set of statements between the for next statement is executed. The next statement increments the value of the control variable by 1 and shifts the programming control back to the for statement. The new value of the control variable is compared against the final value specified in the for statement. If it is still less, then the whole process is repeated. If the value of control variable exceeds the final value, the statement after the next statement is executed. Look into the program to print table of 12. Clear screen for a equal to 1 to 5. The initial value is 1 and the final value is 5. And here we are printing 12 asterisks and we are taking the variable's value. What will be the first value? 1 equal to followed by the value. Okay. How it will get multiplied? 12 asterisks, the value of a. Next, a. If the value reaches the final value, that is 5, the program will get end. Look at the output, 12 asterisks, and the a's initial value is 1. So 12 into 1 equal to 12, 12 into 2 equal to 24, till 12 into 5 equal to 60 will be executed and the program will come to an end. Here we have another looping statement, for next with step. By default, the next statement increments the value of the control variable by 1. We all know that, right? But we can increase or decrease the value as per our choice using step statement. Step value is optional and can be either positive or negative. What is the syntax? For control variable, initial value to final value followed by step and n value, that is the number that we are going to assign. It can be either positive or negative. This is same as for next syntax but included with the step value. Step value can be anything, either positive or negative, as I said. Look at the example. Here we are going to have a program to print first 5 odd numbers. How we are going to do that? Look at the program. Clear screen. For L equal to 1 to 10. What is the initial value? 1. And what is the final value? 10. And what is the value of step? 2. Print L, next L, end. First, it will print the value, initial value of L. What is the initial value? 1. What is the step value? 2. So it will skip 2 and then we will be getting the answer as 3. Then again 2 values will be skipped and we will be getting the value as 5. So this is how we are printing the first 5 odd numbers between 1 to 10. I hope this part 1 video will be helpful for you, and we'll discuss more statements in part 2 also. Thank you. Have a good day.